Hello everybody, this is the Magic Man, the tennis preacher, the prophet, the psychic, coming back at you again with another video. Everybody, this is the Magic Man. Y'all know the tennis preacher, the prophet, and the psychic, and the tennis pastor, coming back at you again with another video. Been away for a couple days. Well, actually, I've been away for about 4 or 5 days. I wanted to finish up the Djokovic greatness series, but I got busy doing other things. But let me see if I can. I said I got to just. I was planning on just doing the Dow versus Djokovic video, just who's greatest. Djokovic's greater than the Dow, and that was supposed to be the last video, but there's another video that came to my mind in the meantime, and that's what the title says, people. And I know people are very curious about this here. Does Djokovic have a weakness? And if he does, what is his weakness? And somebody may say, well, whether he has a weakness or not, why is it important? It's very important because, I mean, if he will this weakness keep him from becoming officially the GOAT? Okay, and surpassing Federer? Okay, so let's just go. Okay, people, this is an easy video. I didn't have to do any research with this. I knew this way back I knew what Djokovic's weakness was. Even in between 2011, in his first peak, so we're in the second peak, Djokovic's peak now, but in the Djokovic's first peak between 2011 and 2016, the weakness is pretty well the same. However, it's expanded a little bit, and I'm going to explain that. Okay, people, this is simple. Djokovic's weakness is that Djokovic just loses. Well, it used to be that he just would lose that one match. I mean, it would be like between 2011 2016, y'all know when Djokovic was just winning everything, and people would say this here. I mean, Nadal fans, Federer fans, Djokovic fans, all fans, they would say Djokovic, he loses when he get ready. Y'all remember when Djokovic was, well, he's still like that. I don't know if it's, well, he's won the last 4 out of 5, but that's the sense you get from Djokovic, that whether he's burnt out, whether he's having some personal problems. Now, that was a Djokovic fan. Well, let me just say the weakness is this here. This is not, now somebody may say, a Djokovic fan may say, imagine, man, that ain't really a weakness, because that's just normal, which is true, because if Djokovic didn't have this, he will win every single tournament, every match that's played. Thank God that Djokovic has this, what I'm calling a weakness, that he loses that one match, or he can have that month or two where he just have a drop-off, a level drop-off, okay, for whatever reason. Now, people, I'm not going to get into gossipy stuff, and that's not what my channel is for, and I can't verify this. I don't want to verify this, but I'm only going to mention this. This is nothing that, it may not even be true. It could be a rumor, but the reason I'm gonna mention it anyway, because a Djokovic fan told me this. So if a Djokovic fan said it, well, now that don't mean it's true, but it means maybe he knows something. Now, the Djokovic, I can't remember if the Djokovic fan said that he heard Djokovic say this, but he could have heard somebody else that has inside information in the tennis world, like the gossipy, like inside information. Somebody told me there was a Djokovic fan now, and now I'm not saying this may not even be true, okay? He said that when Djokovic has marital problems, he say Djokovic's game falls off. Now we know Djokovic had an injury back in 2015, 16 or whatever, 15, 16, yeah, after he won the French Open and stuff here. But there was also, well, I did hear some stuff that he was having marital problems, and also, because some people can handle their marriage stuff. So, like, I think Federer is the type, if Federer was having marital problems, I don't think we wouldn't know it. It wouldn't affect his game on the court, okay? I think Federer is sort of that type of person. He know how to suppress and keep the personal stuff from infiltrating, that's the word, infiltrating his tennis game on the court. I'm not sure Djokovic, like I said before, whether it's marital problems or some personal stress or whatever's going on in his personal life, I'm not sure he's as good as Federer is Now he may be better now though, cause he did. You know, he sort of said something, but he didn't say anything about marriage though. But he did sort of say he knows how to keep things separate and not let personal things. So he sort of admitted that that used to be what would cause him to have the letdown, okay, or lose that one game. But people. Well, let me leave that alone. See, that's why I don't want to get in there talking about Djokovic's marriage, and that may not even be true. So, but I'm just saying, it could be, the letdown could be, or he losing his level, it could be because of something going on in his personal life. That's the only thing that could keep Djokovic from surpassing Federer, okay? But I don't think Djokovic lets the personal stuff infiltrate his on-the-court game. It could just be, sometimes people, I used to say this too, back when Djokovic was winning everything, I had a friend, he couldn't stand Djokovic. He said, he don't even watch tennis on Sunday because Djokovic is holding up every trophy. Y'all remember when Djokovic 2015, 14, 13, 2012, 11, Djokovic, not just slams, Djokovic was winning small tournaments, medium tournaments, slams, just every Sunday. I open up I click on internet, look at back in those days they had newspapers too still. You'll see Djokovic, he's winning stuff in Germany, then he's winning stuff in Dubai, he's holding up a trophy. Every Sunday afternoon was Djokovic afternoon, okay? So, but let me get back to the point though. Here's the deal though. Djokovic still can lose that one match, and not only that, people, he can have that drop-off period. Okay, so now let me I don't even have to go back. We can go recently. People, listen. Djokovic, okay, he won the Wimbledon last year, 2018. All right, okay, Djokovic is back in the mix. Then he comes to the the Montreal. And remember, he got upset, and I don't know if it was the third round. I think it was Tsitsipas beat him. Okay? Now, he did quickly put it back and win the Cincinnati, and he won the Golden Masters, all 9. He won that completed winning all 9 Master Series. So you may be saying, okay, Magic, okay, we got you. We know Djokovic can lose that one match, and Djokovic was then he wins the U.S. Open, but then Djokovic loses in the final. I don't have to look this up because the reason I don't have to look this up, people, I chose Djokovic. I thought Djokovic was going to the sweep house, win the Paris Masters. He lost against Kachanov in the Paris Masters, I think Kachanov, and then he lost in the ATP finale. He wipes. He goes to the God mode against Kevin Anderson, and then in the final he loses against Alexander Zverev. He has that drop off. Now people, here's the deal. You may say, okay, Magic Man, we got you. We know that Djokovic can lose. He's not perfect. As great as he is, and even if he surpasses Federer, he can't win all the time. I know Djokovic fans are saying, Magic Man, give Djokovic a break. No, I'm not criticizing Djokovic. I'm just letting y'all know this is what, now, you may be saying this here. Well, Magic Man, if that's Djokovic's weakness, him having a drop-off at certain times or being in the God mode, and all of a sudden he loses unexpected match, like against Alexander Zverev in the ATP finale. And then, let's think about, he wins the Australian Open 2019, crush Nadal, but then he comes to the Indian Wells, gets put out. I don't know if it was Cole Schreiber in that one. Then he gets put out early again in the Miami. Okay, now this is what's significant, people, as far as the GOAT debate. As far as Djokovic surpassing Federer, it's not that having a drop-off. Everybody has drop-offs or level drop-offs or lose that one match or matches or win or whatever. It's when he loses the match, people. Does he have the drop-off at a crucial time? For example, people, the drop-off cost Djokovic the French Open. Djokovic, whether personal problems cause him to have the drop off, whether something unconsciously caused him to have the level drop off, Djokovic, after dusting Nadal in the Australian Open, Djokovic, okay, he has a drop off in Indian Wells, gets upset again next week in the Miami, but people, he didn't get the level back for the French Open. he sort of got back playing okay, but he never got back because people, I was back in January after Djokovic won the Australian Open, I was picking Djokovic to seriously challenge Nadal and maybe even beat Nadal in the French Open. Imagine if he would have beaten Nadal in the French Open. He would have been holding. So you see there, his drop-off happened at a crucial time. It cost him. It cost him some serious history, and it cost him a little more time as far as being able to pass Federer. Okay, so he had the drop off at the wrong time, and he didn't get the level back in the French Open. Imagine if he would have got the level back during the clay court season. He would have seriously challenged Nadal on the clay. We don't know if he would have won, but it would have been serious. Okay, so that's the deal. So Djokovic's weakness. And it's like I said before, somebody can say this is not a weakness. Imagine, man, this is just normal. Thank God he's human. Okay, but I'm just saying, if there's anything that can keep Djokovic from surpassing Federer, it would be that if let's say he wins Master Series, he's in the God mode, then he has a letdown in the major. You understand? I'm saying he wins the Cincinnati again, but then he has this unexpected letdown in the U.S. Open, and then Federer wins the U.S. Open and gets 21, or Nadal wins the U.S. Open and gets 19. You see how the drop off can affect whether Djokovic become the official GOAT? Yeah, and like I said before, it's when he has to drop off. Let's say he has a drop off and gets upset in the Cincinnati. Okay. But he goes to the God mode and holds it in the U.S. Open and wins the U.S. Open and gets 17 majors, 1 behind Nadal, 3 behind Federer. So the drop-off wouldn't hurt him there. But now let's say he do this here. Let's say he wins, let's say he... I'm getting confused of what I just said. I don't know if I said, well, let's just say, let me just show you the negative. The negative would be that now the positive would be the negative would be if he loses, let's say he wins at Cincinnati, then he get in the U.S. Open and gets upset, okay? So I just show y'all, I may have repeated myself there, but I just show y'all, it's when does he have the drop-off? It's the drop-off at a crucial time, and usually the crucial time is winning the majors, or it's the drop-off at some smaller tournament. Who cares? Okay, people? So that's Djokovic's weakness. Djokovic's weakness is that he can lose that one match, or he can have that level drop off at a certain time. And another thing is how long is the drop off. People, Djokovic, I knew before he lost at Indian Wells in Miami, I knew that he could lose that one match like he did last year, like I just already said. That he lost in the Montreal last year, but then he quickly, within a week, he won the Cincinnati, won all 9, and then he won the U.S. Open. So there was only a week period of drop-off. But people, this year, it cost them more. The drop-off happened from Indian Wells pretty well all the way to the end of, even though he got the level up a little bit, sort of good, it happened all the way throughout the clay court season. So the drop-off lasted for 2.5 months, almost 3 months. Okay? So, and it cost Djokovic the French Open. It cost him that huge record, man, that would have made people would have been calling him Gotovic for sure if he would have been holding all 4 majors again. So that cost him just because of the drop-off, people. Okay, people? So that's what we're looking for. Will Djokovic have these? We know he can lose the one match or so, but will it be at the wrong time or the right time? Okay? All right, people? Tennis preacher, prophet, psychic, signing off. Have a good one. This is the magic man, the tennis preacher, the prophet, the psychic, coming back at you again with another video.